You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, I'm more convinced now than ever that the future of the WNBA is dead. They just can't get out of their own way. They refuse to actually embrace women's sports for women, namely their own league. The WNBA guys, what are we on now? Like 2 weeks now? They still can't define what a woman is? Even though women is actually in the name of the WNBA? Yeah, this league is cooked. Sophie Cunningham, guys, comes out and says, there shouldn't be any males and female sports. And the wokesters lost their minds. Even the woke WNBA lost their minds. It's really astonishing, guys, that over here on this channel, of course, me and Rhodes, actually two men, we've actually been defending women's sports for women on this channel for 4 years. However, you still got women out there that refuse to actually stand up for themselves, like the WNBA. This is why you actually have the potential of men actually invading the WNBA. Enes Kanter Freedom, Royce White, they've actually declared for the WNBA draft. And Enes Kanter Freedom has also called for more men to declare for the WNBA draft. He's trying to make a point. But the woke WNBA, man, they can't get out their own way. We've seen all of these protests by women outside of these WNBA arenas. And these women are actually standing up for women's sports. Not transgender sports, women's sports. Because like I said, women's sports is for females. But the wokesters in the WNBA believe that there should be men invading sports, namely WNBA, and just identify as a woman. It's really insane. Now that all of these protests are actually happening at WNBA arenas, the woke commissioner of the WNBA, Kathy Engelbert, came out and pretty much attacked women for standing up for women's sports. You cannot make this up. And you know what? Sophie Cunningham came out and basically said, I think the WNBA needs new leadership. And I agree with her. Kathy Engelbert, man, should be fired. She needs to be gone. Because, guys, the true control of the WNBA really lies with the NBA, the men. A lot of the owners that actually own NBA teams own WNBA teams. And Adam Silver is really the power behind the WNBA. Kathy Engelbert has the title of WNBA Commissioner. But remember, guys, Adam Silver actually had to pressure Kathy Engelbert to suspend Dejanay Carrington for the flagrant foul on Sophie Cunningham. Yeah. But let's go ahead and dive into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here. And by the way, I think I mentioned Dejanay Carrington. No, not Dejanay Carrington. It was the WNBA player that punched Caitlin Clark in the throat. Anyway, let's look at this. Embattled WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert speaks out about bitter culture war amid growing protests and calls for her to quit. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has accused people of trying to use the league to sow divisiveness after the recent culture war surrounding the league. Headlines surrounding the growing women's basketball league have largely centered around issues away from the court during this boom in popularity in recent years. The treatment of Caitlin Clark has long been a talking point before Indiana Fever teammate Sophie Cunningham sparked a firestorm surrounding the trans athlete debate last month. And of course, you guys know, she came out and said, hey, I don't believe that there should be any males and female sports. She actually wanted to defend little girls against the trans invasion. But look at this right here. Down here, it says Engelberg has now spoken out over recent events and suggested the league is being tarnished by those with very little interest in the product. Quote, "We're being the center of political football for people who have never watched the WNBA, never have written about the WNBA or reported on the WNBA," Engelbert said. "People are trying to use the league to sow divisiveness. There's always going to be haters out there, and we denounce it. The vitriol has got to stop against our players. There's always going to be haters out there, and we denounce it." But that's what happens when you have to make it as a legitimate sports media and entertainment product. Wow. Engelbert's comments come after Sophie Cunningham admitted that she would like to see a new commissioner introduced. Yeah. Look over here. This is what Sophie Cunningham had to say. And this is actually via Fox News here. Let's watch this clip.
People are like, you have a platform, use it. And then once you use it, it's like, go back to playing basketball. Well, I think I could do both. She also added this about the WNBA commissioner. You do have to have a person in power who is bold, who's confident, who wants the best for the players and not maybe for themselves all the time. So I do feel like as a whole, that could be a position that maybe is open at the end of the year, but that's not my call. It comes as supporters are showing up for Cunningham at games across the country with another rally planned tonight in Texas.
Yeah, you guys saw that right there. Yeah, Kathy Engelberg, in my opinion, guys, is cooked. And she's attacking people that are standing up for women. And guess who's also standing up for women because he actually has daughters? That would actually be Attorney General Ken Paxton of the great state of Texas, who's running for the Senate out here in Texas. He is actually a father, and he showed up to, I believe, like a Dallas Wings game, if I'm not mistaken, wearing a XXXY shirt to support his daughter so they don't have to participate in sports against males. He writes this: "As a dad of female athletes, I'll fight to keep men out of women's sports. Proud to be repping XXXY with my daughter tonight." Yeah, he was actually courtside at a WNBA game. But Kathy Engelberg says, hey, these people, they're just sowing divisiveness. They're not really fans. This is insane. This is insane. The WNBA, man, cannot get out of its own way. And Kathy Engelberg, man, really is just virtue signaling to the woke players, like a Gabby Williams, who said, hey, she wants to play with a transgender. She wants to play against a transgender. I just say give them what they want. Give them what they want. They want it to happen, man. Let it happen, and guess what? They're going to find out. They're going to find out real fast when they don't have jobs. And in this Cancer Freedom, I hope that more males decide to declare for the WNBA draft. Yeah, I want like 30 of them to declare for the WNBA draft, man, because if teams want to win, they're actually going to draft all these men first. And a whole bunch of these woke women in WNBA, yeah, they're going to lose their jobs. They're going to lose their jobs. I already said it, guys. G Leaguers from the NBA making $40,000 a year. Yeah, getting the WNBA make $500,000 a year. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.